Oh my God. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, ex-WBC champion of the world. I love it. New trainer Malik Scott says Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama is gonna, to this day, Tyson Fury and get him out of there. 5 rounds or less. We gonna talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Throw a like on the video, goes a long way. Now, link in the description. Says Deontay Wilder will gain brutal revenge over Tyson Fury within 5 rounds, says head trainer Malik Scott. Oh my gosh, smash the like button. He did an interview with Sky Sports, even though there's been a delay. Just so you guys know, all the delays have been caused by Tyson Fury's side. That's just something to note. Every single delay you could think of outside of the pandemic itself, which is a global thing. We're still in it. Nobody controls all the man-made, all the things that could have been avoided that created delays. They all on Tyson Fury. Says, but Malik Scott has already told Sky Sports about technical frailties that he has spotted in Tyson Fury. Malik Scott, I like his energy a lot. Highly, supremely intelligent. Wilder called him a genius when he was doing a sit-down interview with premier boxing champs and Ray Flores. And this is what Malik Scott told Sky Sports. He said, Tyson Fury, he fights with his hands down, at times with his chin up. At times he comes forward, at times he is close with his hands down. Tyson Fury, he has been knocked down by guys who hit less hard than Deontay Wilder. He is very vulnerable. I've never seen Tyson Fury fight and say, wow, he is unbeatable. On his best day, he looks good, but still looks beatable, says Deontay Wilder's new trainer, Malik Scott. This Deontay Wilder that we got right now would knock out Deontay Wilder in 2 rounds. He is 10 times more focused. He's training 100 times harder. It is a violent camp. His mentality is very violent. Synergy from the Wilder camp. This is exactly what Deontay Wilder told us. He said, my mind is very violent right now. And now his trainer speaking and uttering those same words. Let me continue though. He said, this will be the best version of Deontay Wilder that you have ever seen. Right? Oh, I like this. This is just Fury talking trash. We're going to skip past that because he been finding ways to extend and postpone. I don't believe that he was ready. In closing, Malik Scott says, Deontay Wilder's IQ is very high. I watch him create, watch him put himself in position, set guys up into surgical traps. Deontay Wilder, peep this, but wait, there's more. Malik Scott says Deontay will knock Tyson Fury out inside of 5 rounds, and I'm here for it. Deontay Wilder, I agree with Malik Scott. First of all, major props to Malik Scott. He has a new position and he's taking it oh so serious. If you follow him, he's being, very generous with his time, and he's updating the fans. He's doing like Q&A sessions, and those are the workers that you want in this world. Hard workers, people with work ethics. He seems like he's really has a fondness for his newfound role. Tyson Fury tried to insult him and say like, oh, you weren't this as a fighter. But like, come on. First of all, he was a good fighter. Second of all, why don't people say that to non-black fighters turned trainers like Freddie Roach? Freddie Roach, if we're really being real, he didn't amass and accomplish the same things of a lot of his pupils, Miguel Cotto and Manny Pacquiao. And that's not a slight or a diss. I like Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is a good guy, legendary guy. But, some people, just like Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, he's not the greatest owner. You know what I mean? So you never know what someone's future holds. There's a lot of fighters who, maybe they're better trainers, or maybe they're good at both, or whatever, whatever the situation is. I think Tyson Fury, he does a lot of trash talk, but a lot of it doesn't make sense. Malik Scott seems like the perfect addition. Wilder clearly trusts him. That's his brother. He's a big guy, you know what I'm saying? Right next to Wilder, you see him, and he can keep up. He's keeping himself in shape, things like that. And then most importantly, got the brain. So he's telling you what it is. He said Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder is training harder. See, there's nothing like a man scoring and a man determined and a man on fire. And I told you guys this. Smash the like button. Stay tuned October 9th. As I stated on my channel, all Fury got to do is show up and be that corpse. You know what I mean? And get in the ring. That's the only concern. Like, as time goes on, at first there was like the glove gates and glove gate 1 and 2. I still believe that. And at this point in time, this particular juncture, if you believe Tyson Fury did what allegedly he did, and you think he really wants to fight Wilder, then I really at this point question your sanity, because look at what he did in order to try to avoid the immediate rematch. Like, he ran over to ESPN. He knows what it is. Look at this picture, people. Look at this picture. He completely sparked out. He outweighed Wilder 50, 60 pounds in both fights, and he got laid out, And to me, I really and truly believe there's a reason the first fight looked a certain way. Then it was spaced out in between, because this was before the pandemic. This was before the Rona, right? Then it was spaced out intentionally. Fury worked on his cheat code and came with some stuff. And Wilder at the time, I don't think he was anticipating any of that. And while we're talking about cheating, let's just add this. There's a lot of fake fans and people who don't want to keep it real. They're like, oh, how could Wilder accuse Fury of cheating? The commission was there. Stop it. Michael Fox just fought on PBC. How is it that nobody believes Wilder, but everybody's scrutinizing the gloves? Everybody's in the locker room observing. Multiple people, literally multiple people. O'Shaquie Foster's trainer, Ben, found Miguel Roman from Mexico had some tampered gloves. Michael Fox, the fight where he got robbed with Maestre, they found tampered gloves, and it postponed the start of the fight because they had to get his gloves situated. It wasn't being worn right. How does this all happen after Wilder? And y'all said Wilder had no case. He was just simply poor sportsmanship and making excuses. Ironically enough, you have a non-black fighter like Manny Pacquiao, who's legendary, and he's talking about, oh, my legs was cramped. He's talking about leg cramps, and everybody's with it, and everybody's like, oh, he's so humble. He's not giving Ugas his props. He doesn't really sound humble at this given moment. So we know what it is, and we know that Wilder, truthfully, he has to go out there, beat Fury, most likely by knockout. His team has great synergy, and that's it. That's how he gets his respect back, because people aren't going to play fair, and he knows that. Now he knows what he's dealing with. He knows the media that turned on him. He knows the fans that turned on him. He knows to really have tunnel vision. Don't drink water. Don't trust strangers. All that. So I'm not even worried about it. Like I said, Tyson Fury got to show up. Tyson Fury's found multiple reasons for, like, it's funny because they said Wilder said all this stuff allegedly about his suit and makes excuses. But look how many excuses Tyson Fury had to move on from Wilder. He said he was fighting Ajit Caballel, Carlos Takam on December 5th. Then he said he's fighting Anthony Joshua. Then he says, they're fighting in Saudi Arabia. Wilder had to take him to a mediation arbitration, legally binding process. The arbitrator said that Wilder won and Fury did owe him a second fight. And then he conveniently gets Rona after his team said he was fully vaccinated. So the game stopped. I can't wait for this fight. Wilder's team, I love the energy. I love the communication. They seem like they are really confident. And of course, why wouldn't they be? If you look at the first fight, the second fight, and you listen to the confidence that from Wilder's team, is totally different from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury knows the jig is up. I do believe Tyson Fury cheated. And these pictures that you've seen, he knows he's in there with the super dangerous Wilder. That's why he has to do stuff like, oh, I'm going off the grid and I'm going off social media. Wilder, he just posted something. Wilder's not off, so he just posted this yesterday. Wilder's not off social media. He looks like he's in killer shape. Tyson Fury knows what's coming. Malik Scott knows what's coming. A lot of the fans don't try to switch sides. No new friends. I told you. All the people that exiled Wilder, he knows. His team knows. Good. You know, you picked your side, got to keep it there. Like Nipsey Hussle said. Switching up, y'all looking weird. Pick a side, got to keep it there. Y'all roll with Tyson Fury, y'all gonna fall with Tyson Fury. That's my thoughts.